4, 3, 2, 1. Happy fuck buddy!
Oh, we're just going for it. Okay.
Hell yeah. I'm Niall Spain.
And I'm Jay Miller.
Happy fuck buddy!
Oh, God. Jesus. Hello, friends. My name is Dave Miller.
And we did this.
I know, but
I'm Niall Spain.
And we're your fuck buddy. Stop yelling. We've been doing this for almost over a year now.
Am I yelling?
What do you mean? Yes, you're yelling.
I'm sorry for getting exuberant. It's goddamn New Year's Eve. Is it? What day does it come out on?
Not New Year's Eve. The 30th, the day before New Year's Eve.
Okay, it's New Year's Eve.
I won't be able to edit any of that because you were shaking that into the microphone.
So this is, it's going to be one of those episodes where we don't actually do any questions. We're just going to look back on the hits of the year. Dane's going to kindly edit all of our funniest bits into a 3-hour-long episode.
That's right. And you can do that by, if you start on episode 1 and just work your way through.
Because it's all
funny.
3 hours long.
And because I'm not going back and rooting through.
Yeah, I don't know how podcasts do that. That seems like a lot of fucking
I
work.
assume most people have probably like a database of some sort.
That's fair.
Like probably voting. People are like, oh, I liked episode this.
That's fair. How was your year?
My year's pretty good. I think we've talked about this briefly in my birthday episode.
I guess.
Where I was just like...
I can only really ask you how your month has been.
Yeah. Month's pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah. I'm excited. You know what I'm excited to do? Stop treating my body like shit because for some reason, I don't know, I stopped going to the gym frequently and then like I stopped working out for whatever reason and then I was just like, well the New Year is just around the corner so I'm gonna indulge. But I've been so miserable. Like my body has just been like, what are you doing to me? Why are you doing this?
Indulging is meant to be good. Don't indulge if it's bad.
I know. I literally do not know why I'm doing this to myself and I'm very, very excited for New Year's to roll around and for me to be like, all right, let's get this show back on track.
That's fair.
To be fair, I think I'm just so committed to looking good that I'm really working on the before picture right now.
I like that.
That's
good.
That's my reasoning behind this.
Okay, yeah. Make sure your lighting is weird and that you look really sad and you slouch.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get in like Photoshop and just liquefy my belly.
Mm-hmm.
Just make everything more bulbous.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I'm back to my normal size, I will look even better.
So you're bamboozling the nation.
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn.
I'm just a bamboozle boy. All right, should we do this?
Yeah, don't ask me how my year is. That's cool. Let's go.
Oh, shit. Sorry, Niall. How's your year? No, sorry.
I guess will I start?
Not until you tell me how your year was. I feel like we've already done this. Didn't we already do this?
No, you didn't even do it on my birthday episode, which was last week. You didn't give a shit.
Well, that's what happens when you have your birthday episode on the same episode as our Christmas episode.
Hey, guys, it's New Year's Eve and my girlfriend doesn't even want to have sex. Cheers. By throwaway 87759. Hey guys, it's New Year's Eve. My girlfriend doesn't even want to have sex. Cheers.
Hey, guess what, my dude? She doesn't have to.
Yeah. Get over it.
Next.
Get over what's the issue here?
Yeah.
Why are you complaining to the internet about this?
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing about New Year's Eve that means you should have sex, necessarily. Often, I have less sex on New Year's Eve because I'm busy spending it with my friends.
It's not even should. It's that she has to. It's almost like, you know what I mean? It's almost like he's saying that, like, it's New Year's Eve, so we have to have sex.
That's the thing. That's what I'm saying. It's like, New Year's Eve isn't even like I don't even understand why that's an issue. Even if you were like, it's Valentine's Day, then it still doesn't matter. It's her choice, bud.
Yeah.
Guess what? Maybe your New Year's resolution, your New Year's resolution should be to not be a dick.
Yeah, to realize that fucking other people have agency.
Yeah, that's okay. She doesn't have to have sex with you.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what fucking day of the week.
Yeah.
Or year.
Yeah. Doesn't matter what holiday. There is no holiday. There's no time. It could be your fucking birthday, bud. Yeah. You could have just been born. No.
Nope, that's not how that works.
No, she still doesn't have to. Nor should.
One would argue that she's not allowed to.
Well, your turn.
This comes from Reddit user Steoa916. Is it weird for a guy to sleep with stuffed animals and love them as if they were his own children? I'm a 24-year-old working professional. I'm short, but pretty muscular, and have never dated before. What do girls think of guys with stuffed animals? I currently have a stuffed pig, 2 penguins, 2 teddy bears, a mouse, a rhinoceros, a penguin, and an elephant. They take up half my bed and I treat them like my own children. I have names for each of them, and I pretend to be their father and cuddle them before bed each night. I also have a pillow that I humanize. The pillow is a picture of Ralph Wiggum, an animated little boy from The Simpsons, who I think is adorable.
Oh man, I was with you up until there.
And I pretend he is my own child and cuddle and kiss my pillow. Will women find this weird? And can I still maintain this habit? I've had these animals for as long as 20 years and don't want to get rid of them, but I won't mind storing them somewhere if my girlfriend or wife doesn't want to share a bed with them.
Well, how could she when they take up half of it? I'm sorry, that's my first question, would be real estate issue. I think it's cool that you have these teddies that you love. I do think the constant references to you loving them like your own children makes it weird.
Uh-huh.
I think, like, if you were like, yeah, I got some teddies, I'll love them. Fuck yeah. Maybe don't put them on the bed, because guess what? Y'all need some space. It's hard enough to fit two people on the bed. They get too warm. I'm too warm. It's awful.
Yeah.
But the weird loving and then kissing and fondling Ralph Wiggum's human pillow? That got me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it's...
I was trying to make a good case for this boy.
I think it goes downhill with Ralph Wiggum.
Also, the best thing is when he said, like, there's a I forget the exact word. It was like a pillow, a big pillow I humanize or something.
Yeah, that humanize.
Isn't it like the weird, like, anime body pillows where people, like, do sex things? So the fact that you're, like, fondling this boy pillow, I don't know, man. Je suis worried.
Yeah, I mean, I think the prevalent thing in the comment section was like, this sounds like it might be a psychiatric issue. And I would have to agree.
This sounds repeated. I love them like they're my own children. They're not your children. You don't have children. You don't know how you love your children.
Yeah. The fact that you keep referring to yourself as their father and that you're like, it sounds like you are, I can't remember the name of it, but it's when you like humanize inanimate objects and then become attached to them. There's like an actual word for that. I don't remember what it is. And that sounds almost exactly what you're doing here.
Yeah.
And it sounds like you probably need to go see someone about that because it's probably, like, it's definitely an intimacy issue. Like, this is going to be a problem, I think, at some point with, like, if you're this way with inanimate objects, what if you do end up having children?
Yeah,
like,
what if you have, like, how are you going to then treat a prospective partner who's a living, breathing human person?
Yeah, are you then going to assume ownership? Because that's what, like, my big worry would be, like, you own these things. And that's correct because they are inanimate objects that you purchase with money and therefore own.
Yeah.
But someone committing their time and, whatever to you does not grant ownership. So I'm worried that you're going to assume that, like, they are going to have to do what you expect them to do. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what the pillow is going to do.
Yeah.
And that's lie there. And accept your cuddles and kisses. When there's someone who's in your bed who all of a sudden doesn't want to be cuddled or kissed, how's that going to go for you?
Or starts to move.
Yeah. Or isn't a small animated boy.
Yeah. You can't replace the felt you tear off them in anger, Jimmy. That's flesh. And it doesn't go back.
Yeah. There was one comment where they were like, they're like, women, when they see his bed, and it was just a gif of Ralph Wiggum doing the I'm in danger.
Yeah. Yeah, like, and the thing is, I didn't want this question to turn into us
making fun of him,
making fun of someone for having, like, non-traditional, like hobbies, I guess, or like loves or like passions.
Yeah.
So, and then the Ralph Wiggum bit got me, man. I don't know, like. It's cool if you have a teddy you love. I have a Sonic teddy back home in Dublin that, like, fuck, man. If I ever came home and it was gone, I would be heartbroken.
Yeah.
I don't have it in my bed. I don't cuddle it. I used to when I was 11, and it was awesome.
No.
Oh, man, for years. For a long time. I actually, like, I still kind of sleep in the same position. I just use, like, the sheet or a pillow because I do the same thing.
So cute.
But that was a fucking sick teddy, man. It was so good. And, like, yeah, I love that thing, but I do not think it is my child. Nor do I have it in my bed because I understand that people will be like, that's a little strange. And maybe the time taken to explain that would kill the mood. Or I might get someone who's just like not, I don't know. But also, it's back in Ireland. It's not a thing. It was a way. It's now one of those things where I put it somewhere where, like, you know, like your memory box, or like you have some shit from like when you were a kid that
Even
you
just a
still
shelf.
like, or a shelf. Yeah,
I mean,
anything.
I have a fucking toy of Cloud from Final Fantasy VII that's in display. Like, it used to be on my, like, above my bed. I had a shelf with all sorts of nerdy shit. I had like an old original NES. I had a bunch of like Mario stuff, but a bunch of like video game stuff and nerdy stuff. And
Like,
that
that's
was
cool.
And that was like my nerd shelf. And if anyone ever gave me shit for it, I'd be like, all right, cool. You're not cool. Like,
Yeah, no, fuck
like
that.
that's.
If
I have a
someone's
very
like-
small shelf that I have a very select, curated,
curated.
shelf of like my nerdiness.
You like some shit, and it's
Yeah.
awesome. Like if I was in a girl's room and they had some stuff that was like, oh my god, like, you know, anything that's just not like the usual, like, oh look, it's 5 Encyclopedia Britannicas, because everybody has them. Fuck.
My thing is, I definitely have gone home with a woman, and when I got into her room, it literally looked like I was going
Into a child's bedroom.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the worst.
And that-
and you also do feel a little bit like you're going to be murdered.
I couldn't do it. I literally had to sort of like make up a reason why I had to leave, because it literally felt like I was in a high school girl's bedroom, and I just like immediately killed my buzz. Like, just ruined my night.
Killed your bus?
My buzz.
Oh.
My horny buzz. My
I thought you were
dick
going to
buzz.
say boner, and I thought you actually said bus, and I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, no, it like she had like Justin Bieber posters on,
That's
and she
weird.
had like that, you know, white IKEA wire bed frame that like
Wire?
or like the, you know, the iron bed frame that it was like,
What the fuck are you talking
it's like literally every fucking teenage girl I knew had this fucking bed.
I'm not from here, man.
Well, you know, most people know what I'm talking about.
Well,
It's
okay.
like a big what? It's got like a curved,
No one cares
big
about
curved
this.
headboard, and a big curved bottom board.
Ooh, tell me more about this big curved bottom.
And yeah, but it was like, you know, all pink, bunch of stuffed animals like covering almost the entire bed, Justin Bieber posters, and I was just like, I can't be here.
Yeah, I think
Because also we met on Tinder, and it's like, you could be 16. I don't know.
yeah, I just feel like yes, I will champion, even if it's a stuffed pig and some penguins and some whatever. That's fucking sick. You like them?
Rhinoceros,
I think that's
an
cool.
elephant.
Yeah, awesome. Have them, like, give them pride of place. Give them a shelf, and, you know, be aware that some people be like, when you get in someone's room, it's always really interesting because you're gonna have a look around. It's gonna give you a deeper insight into that person, right?
Yep.
Is the room meticulous? They probably knew they were getting laid tonight, you know, or they're a serial killer. Is their room overly messy? Maybe also still a serial killer. Anything in between, though, you know, you see a poster to a band you've never heard of. You see 17 Justin Bieber posters. You see a porn calendar. You see 18 bottles of rum on the table. All these things give you, like, little insight. And I think it's really cool, and it's really fun when you're in someone's place having that look around. So someone will probably be like, what's with the stuffed animals? And they might expect you to have a story or something, so just be aware of that. However, this is all predicated on the situation that you don't think you're these things' father.
Because
I think that's taking it a little
your
weird.
answer, if someone asks you, hey, what's up with those stuffed animals? And your answer is, they're my children.
Yeah. You can't say that.
That's not okay. And like I said, we are now into a
Serial killer.
psychiatric help
Yeah.
area.
So, like, I just wanted to get back and say that, like, I do not have a problem with this situation
No.
up until it starts getting a little strange like that.
Yes.
Also, I do think you need to keep your bed free.
Yes.
Because-
as an adult person who is, I'm
Or
assuming,
just if you're dating, you need...
looking to get into dating, your bed now serves two purposes: sleeping and sex.
And even either one of those is going to need two people's, like, space, right? Because you can't sleep in one side of the bed or it's hell.
Yeah.
It's hell. This is by user CuteGirl97777. If a guy calls you fam often when you talk to him, that means he friend zoned you, right? Further details. Question says it all, lol.
Damn. I don't know. Maybe?
That's the thing. I don't No.
I don't know a whole lot of people that say fam, so I don't have the context.
We skipped this. We're too old.
I know.
But
It may be too white.
no, I'm pretty sure it's exclusively white dudes who are 17 and skateboard and probably are aiming to get dreadlocks in the next 2 years and wear t-shirts even I wouldn't fit in.
You've painted a very specific picture. I don't know if any of it tracks, but okay.
Have you never seen any, like, TikTok videos? White guys saying fam all up in that.
Oh, that's too bad.
I don't know. I feel like maybe fam is what dude used to be. And I feel like if you were calling a girl dude, depending on who you were, does not mean you've friend-zoned them. Because there are certain kind of people who call everyone dude. Stoners.
Yeah, I don't
Right?
know. Because
Like-
I'm saying, it's like, I feel like there are, like, I don't know, other things to call someone
True,
that
but
you are trying to cultivate an attraction to. I mean,
name them.
I don't know. Like, if you're using that kind of shit, I don't know.
But, like,
Fuck it.
some people like that, like, I know people who literally use dude as, like, or at least not anymore, but, like, when we were younger, like, people would use that, like, dead set serious, like, every time they talk to anybody. Hey,
Yeah.
dude. Oh, what's going on, dude? Like, blah, 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 dude. Like,
Why was ever in Ireland, like, a Southern California surfer, bro?
dude. Well, like,
dude.
they're ripping bodacious, crunchy waves off the coast
Yeah.
of Kerry. And,
All those sweet surfing spots in Ireland.
it's actually one of the best surfing spots in the world.
Nah, it's not.
Well, wave-wise, it is.
No, it's not.
Weather-wise, maybe not so much.
This is not true.
You might get hypothermia like I once did when I went surfing in Ireland.
Yeah, surfing in Ireland.
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I'm out of. I think this is. I've probably been out of my expertise in a few questions. I feel like this is probably the most out of my area that I could be. I don't.
Well, let's take it to the youths.
Okay, the Utes.
One comment says, nope. My girl calls me bruh.
See, that's okay. So here's the thing. I
Bruh.
feel like it would be
Yo,
really.
bruh.
I think it would be funny, like if you had that relationship with someone. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's funny to like have that kind of to have that give and take. So like, I don't know if it's a playful fam, you might be okay.
Well, that's the thing.
But
if it's the kind of person that calls everybody fam, if you're the only person he calls fam, that either means one, you done got friend zoned, or two,
I would say it's the other way around. I
maybe
would
you
say
got
that
family zoned,
if
because
you're-
that's what it means, right?
I
Are you
think-
related now? Is this
think-
incest?
If you
Did
if
he
you're the
relate
only-
zone you?
I think if you're the only person he's saying fam, I think it's a good sign because I feel like that's more playful. If he says it to everyone, then I don't know. I don't know. You could be anywhere. But if you're the only person he says fam to, I think that might be his cute little nickname for you.
So we're taking this to Urban Dictionary.
Well, I mean, I don't need Urban Dictionary to tell me what it means.
What does it mean?
It's short for family. It's someone who's like close. What's up, fam? Right?
Well, yeah, but like that's as much as descriptions you can give, because a word used to describe your peoples, ones that you can trust dearly, someone you consider family. And the example, my fam was mad deep up in the club the other day.
Yeah.
None of this screams romantic, but it does scream closeness.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if it could be anything. I don't know. You got to look at his. Well, he says fam. How does he say it to you? Is he like fam, or is he like fam?
I think I'd prefer the first, to be honest.
Yeah, because you don't want me to fuck you.
No, because you sounded like a weird
Okay.
Scarborough ghost.
Do it again. I know it was a little shaky. I don't know what it was. Hey, fam.
No.
I can't do it. It's a non-sexy word.
You cannot
Say
make
it.
fam
Try it.
sexy. What's up, fam?
I don't know. I feel
Maybe.
a little spark. Does he say it like that, or is he like?
Fam.
Yeah.
Ooh.
No, it's a context clue.
God damn,
we
you
can't
thought
help
we'd
you.
get away from spook stains, but
Nope.
still. New Year's
They don't
Eve,
wash out.
they're
They don't
coming.
wash out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Analyze his famming around other people, and then compare it to your own famming, and then just be like,
Or fucking, take it one step. Call him Boo or something. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Bae.
call him bruh.
Bruh. Yeah.
Call him, I don't know, just ask him if he wants to fuck.
Yeah, that too. This comes from Reddit user Mrs. Bitch.
Ooh.
Is it normal for a hookup to bring their kid with them? So it's 1:17 a.m. and my roommate had a guy come over to hang out with him. That's totally fine. He's single and can have people over. I mean, he pays the same rent as the rest of us. The weird part is the gentleman brought his kid with him, who I think is about 5 years old or so. I'm not great with ages, but the kid is young. I feel uncomfortable, as I don't even know if they are spending the entire night or what. My roommate is in his bed with his guest, while his kid is watching TV in the living room downstairs by my room. So far, I've texted my roommate, but I didn't know if I was being unreasonable. Is it weird to anyone else? I can't sleep because it just makes me uncomfortable. Not to mention my roommate never even brought up that a kid might be sleeping over tonight with a guy we've never met. If I'm being stupid, please let me know. I don't want to make a big deal out of this if it's something that doesn't need to be made into a big deal.
I think there's one very important thing this person needs to check. Is it a body pillow of Ralph Wiggum that they've propped up on the couch? It may not be a real 5-year-old child.
That's a very, very good point, Niall.
Did they say, yes, maybe he has a kid?
Yeah. Oh, that's the roommate's like, yeah, don't worry about it.
Did they ever say, oh yeah, he's like a father to him?
Although it does say, I believe the roommate is gay, and he says the Ralph Wiggum boy does mention girlfriend or wife. So I think...
Oh, okay. There's nothing to indicate that these were men.
Yeah.
Or I missed it.
My roommate had a guy come over, and he said he's single and can have people over.
Okay. Either way.
I mean, maybe Ralph Wiggum's branching out.
Maybe
Ralph's dad.
Also, you
Chief
never
Wiggum.
know. No. Oh my God. He's Chief Wiggum. Yeah, you never know. That's not just one person who's a weird Ralph ownership thing. Go banana. Just yell that at the people fucking. I think that's quite weird.
Yeah. If when I was living with a roommate, if I was... If my roommate brought a woman over and they were just like, oh, by the way, I'm just going to dump this small child. Because, like...
Especially at 1:17 a.m.?
Yeah.
That kid should be in bed.
Yeah.
Put that kid to bed.
But it's also like... It's not like you're bringing over a 9-year-old who's smart enough not to do stupid shit. I mean...
I think
vaguely.
It would still be weird with a 9-year-old.
Oh, 100%. Okay. What I'm saying is leaving a 5-year-old unattended, like...
That's dangerous.
That's the time where they're literally doing everything that they possibly can. The only time to be worried is if you can't hear a 5-year-old, and if you can hear a 5-year-old, they're probably destroying something or themselves.
Yeah, also, that's the thing. They're going to either put themselves in harm's way, or like fuck up this person's apartment, draw on the walls, or steal their fucking TV
or be
remote.
like, I'm gonna fucking play PlayStation and just like cram discs into it, or like try to figure out how to play Fortnite.
Yeah, and like if you're two people who don't have kids, your apartment may not be childproof. Maybe there's drugs out on the fucking or a cigarette, or like,
or even just
a
bottle of booze.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like if you just have like a little bar shelf somewhere, and that kid's thirsty because the parent is, in the other room getting dicked down,
who's also thirsty.
Yeah, it's like maybe
thirst runs in the family. Apparently,
maybe this little kid's gonna start guzzling down some Bombay. The next thing you know, you've got a fucking alcohol poisoned child.
Yeah,
and it's like
on your property as well.
You're not babysitting it.
No,
so it's like. Who knows when they're going to come out and fucking check on this kid?
That's the thing, right? Is it weirder if you go out and look after it or not? Because if you don't, anything could happen. If you do, like, it's fucked. I don't want to look after a 5-year-old kid.
I didn't even want to look after the drunk women that would booty call me, and then they get there and be like, well, okay, well, we're not having sex, but now I guess I'm looking after you. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't even want to do that. Last thing I want to do is have to listen to my roommate have sex while taking care of his fucking booty calls 5-year-old child.
Like, picture it this way. If me and you were hanging out and you were like, hey, come to this house, and then you left me in the room to go fuck, I can look after myself, and I'm a grown-ass adult, and I would find it weird.
It's still weird.
Yeah, so I think it's even weirder when it's someone who doesn't know what the fuck to do.
How the world works.
Yeah, what if they walk in? Like, the kid's like, oh, you went in there, I'm scared, or I need to piss.
Yeah.
Or I'm like, I'm confused.
Yeah, I miss
or
mom,
I
miss dad.
Yeah, or I heard, like, screams.
Yeah.
And butt stuff.
Is that...
Dad, is that butt... Yeah, no, I just, like...
Dad, that sounds like butt stuff.
Like, what if the kid walks in? I don't know. Don't do that,
so
guys.
The answer to your question is yes, it's weird.
Yes,
Talk to your roommate and be like, hey, I'm fine with you boning down with whoever you want. I
want to know if he thinks it's weird. Did he go like, what the fuck's going on? But I still want it. Yeah, so I guess shrug. This will be a weird story tomorrow.
Like, is this a weird fucking grinder situation?
Yeah.
Like, is it just a one-time thing? Is this a person they've been seeing? To me,
there's probably a daddy daycare joke in here somewhere.
I promise you,
this
is a man probably cheating on his wife.
Yeah, maybe. But why is he the kid at 1:17 a.m.?
I don't know.
That's a wild time to have a 5-year-old up and about on adventures.
Yeah, I know.
That's too late, man.
Yeah.
That's too late for some people I know. And they're 6 times older than him.
Yeah, I mean, like, yes, this is. I think you definitely sit down with your roommate and be like, "Yo, you can fuck whoever you want. I have no problem with that. You're allowed to have people over whenever you want, but please make sure they don't bring small children into our apartment. This is not a daycare. If they want to come over,
I feel unsafe with a child there because anything could happen to them. I'm not going to put my time aside to fucking care for them. But like, if they're in there and they trip or hurt themselves or like bang their head off a glass table or drink a bottle or smash a bottle or fuck up our walls or
just,
ruin our
they
PlayStation.
They want to change the channel, don't know how, and they end up fucking ripping the TV off the wall or something. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't want to be responsible for a kid because you want to get laid. Yeah. That is not fair. Yeah. So if they're bringing kids over, you go find a fucking 24-hour daycare spot to throw them in.
And that is a rule I never thought you'd have to have between roommates. Don't leave unattended 5-year-olds in the living room while you fuck.
Yeah. And that's the thing. It's like, it's not even... I mean, it'd be fucking wild to have them in the room with you if you're fucking.
Yes.
But what I'm saying is, like, it's weird to be like, I'm going to put this kid in the common area of our living place that, like, I don't really have a personal stake or claim in. And, like, what if this roommate wanted to go and watch TV? It's like, you can't. You have to watch the
what
fucking...
What if that roommate was
Wiggles
out and came home with a bunch of people to have, like, after club drinks? And it's 2 a.m. and they all come in, they're hammered, and there's a fucking 5-year-old that's a movie right there.
And that's the thing, it's like, okay, well, you know your roommate's good, but like, what if you have that one fucking idiot friend who's like,
let's give him booze.
Exactly, or like, let's get him high. Hey man, you want that? Or they hotbox the roomies in or something. It's like,
and then your pillow smells like weed.
There's so many fucking
there's so many problems. The weed smell never gets out of Ralph.
There's so many problems with this.
Where did you find that question?
Don't worry about it. It is something you definitely need to address and make sure it never happens again.
Yeah, my God. Also, child services? This is by MattPat98. How to seduce people when you are shy and boring? I don't know how to do it. Maybe I need to work on my social skills, but it just seems like I never know what to talk about or do with people I don't know. I want to be someone people gravitate towards you, but I'm not doing a good job in achieving that. I never know what to talk about. I go to the gym 3 times a week, and I'm in my 3rd year of college studying computer science. Beside that, there is not much going on. I play video games, but a lot of people don't want to talk about that either. Even though this is mostly intended for getting women, I also want to be someone man admire and want to approach and talk to.
I'm going to give you a little hint. This one's for free. By the way, the billing cycle for the end of the year is coming in, so if anyone who's lived in the whole year, you're going to get a bill for everything. But this one's free. If you want people to gravitate
That's not true.
towards
Please
you,
keep listening. You need to become the size of a small planet.
Don't call yourself boring.
Yeah.
If you self-identify yourself as boring, then that's the vibe you are putting out into the world. Let me tell you, no one wants to gravitate towards boring.
Yeah, like if you think you're boring.
Yeah, I went on a blind date once, and the first thing she said to me was, "Sorry, I'm really boring."
That's terrible.
And I was like,
how could anybody think they're boring? The only truly boring people think that they're exciting.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah, the most boring people are the ones who like will come in and be like, I've had the craziest weekend. I was hanging out, and then like name drop a bunch of shit. It's like, I don't care about this because this is the same shit you talk about every fucking time. Those are the people that are boring. The people, like you said, who are convinced they lead the most exciting lives or the most dynamic lives are usually the most boring people. And yeah, they might actually do all that shit, but like, I don't want to hear about it. Because
it doesn't mean you're exciting.
Like if you're
good.
one note,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It could be the most beautiful note in the world.
And it
but eventually I'm going to get bored of that note.
Yeah. Also, like, you're downplaying all the things you're into. And that's bullshit. Because that's what makes you exciting.
Yeah.
Like, yes, you can overdo talking about video games or whatever, but like if that's a passion of yours, you don't need to hide it. I don't hide the fact that I like video games. I'm sure you like other things.
Also, it's like, can we just get over the fact that women don't play video? Like,
yeah, you don't know that. Like, fucking, there's a brand new coworker in work who is a massive gamer, and you know, you would not know what to look at her because guess what? You also don't know what to look at anybody. You fools.
Well,
but you might guess. You might be wrong.
Yeah.
Unless they're currently holding an Xbox or PlayStation controller, and yeah, no, you never know. But that's the thing. Is like, you can't assume that shit. Like, you talk to someone and you might find out they also like games. So you automatically cutting yourself off at the knees sucks. But also, if someone's like, hey, what are you into? And you're like, don't want to say this and this, so nothing?
Nothing.
Then, you're going to seem
Not
fucking
into
boring.
anything.
Like, if you go, oh, I play video games a lot, and they go, oh, that sucks, then guess what? That person is boring.
And also, just like, it's not like, you're not going to get along with everyone.
Yeah.
There are people, if the only thing you want to talk about is like how fucking high you got on the weekend, it's like, I don't want to hang out with those people. Like, if that's all you have to offer in terms of social interaction, that bores me. Or if you want to keep talking about, like, how fucking crazy your parties are, it's like, cool, it might be fun to hear once or twice if it's a real good story, but, like...
Yeah, but if that's it. Or
I don't care.
To be fair, like, as you said, any one note is going to get boring.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't have a personality, but you are just, I like video games, then, yeah, it'll probably get boring, right?
Yeah.
So, like... Find out what your passions are and don't be afraid to talk about them.
Also, the most important thing in this situation where you don't know what to say,
Get them to talk. Ask them questions.
yes.
And
I
that's the
can't
thing,
remember the guy, but it's, interesting people are interested.
Yes.
So the more you're interested in someone, you could literally say nothing. You could literally reveal nothing about you, and people will still think the conversation they had with you was the most interesting in the night because they got to talk about themselves without feeling bad.
Exactly. So if they go, hey, what are you into? And you say video games, be like, hey, what are you into?
Yeah, video games. What's your story?
And then maybe they'll be like, oh, I'm into this. And you go, oh, shit, like, what's that?
Yeah.
Or like, oh, really? Like, do you do, like, maybe they mention something you know something about. So you go, oh, like rock climbing. Oh, do you do lead or like bouldering? Or like, oh, do you do like a specific type? Like, just ask them to clarify. Because if they were like, oh, what type of games? That would be cool for you, I assume.
Yeah.
You'd be like, oh, I really like first-person shooters. Or, oh, it's more kind of like this. And they're like, oh, I don't really know, like, how does that work? And you go, oh, this, and this. That's cool. Whereas if they were like, oh, video games are lame. Bye. That sucks.
Yeah, it's okay. That's the conversation. At that point, it's like, don't keep trying to talk to people like that.
Yeah. And
just
also,
be like, yeah, you suck. Bye.
The whole thing, like, being interested is just such good fucking advice. But on top of that, do not be afraid to admit you don't know things. Because if you go, oh, cool, and just like shut up because you don't know something, that's lame. If you pretend you know something that you don't, that's lame. If you're like, I have no idea what you're talking about, then they explain, you learn something new, you guys have fun. Like, the amount of fucking conversations I have with people where I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Even if I feel dumb, like, if they're talking about some aspect of, like, nursing or whatever, that, like, I'm just like, do you specialize? Are you, like, a general nurse? Like, I actually don't know. I'm sorry, this is dumb.
I think it happens more commonly in, like, pop culture.
Oh, yeah. Where if someone's like, oh, do you know this band?
Exactly.
No
the
idea.
amount of times I hear, and it's either like two friends hanging out, or usually on Tinder dates where someone would be like, what kind of music are you into? And someone's like, oh, I really like The Frames. And they're like, oh, yeah, they're good. Oh, do you like them? Yeah, no, I know a few songs. I probably couldn't, I would know if I heard them. That's the most bullshit answer. It's like, you know what you've just said there? I don't know who they are, but I'm too afraid to tell you that I don't.
Exactly. And guess what? That killed the conversation.
That's such a shitty thing.
You fucking put it down on the ground, you put a knife in the back of its neck, and you just pushed it all the way through.
Yeah.
And now, like, you're just standing in this conversation's blood, worrying about your socks, because you wore white socks, and now there's fucking blood on them.
Yeah. I mean, like, the amount of shit I get, because, like, I'm a film guy. I went to school for acting. I've worked in films. I haven't seen a single Godfather movie. And when I say that, people are like, how could you not see it? And it's like, cool, but, like, have you seen, the original romantic comedy? Like, have you seen It Happen One Night? Which is, like, the movie that all romantic comedies are based off of? No, I have.
I haven't. I
You know
haven't
what I
even
mean?
heard of it.
And it's like, I don't really care about The Godfather. I could live my entire life and not see it, and I don't think I would live a lessened life because of it. Because I'm not interested in fucking mafia movies. So, like, whatever. I'm also not, like, the amount of times
like,
I
that's the
haven't
thing.
seen
It's
a
kind of
single
like-
Oscar movie.
Yeah, you're
because
not allowed
I don't give a
to say
shit
that,
about
though,
biopics.
as a person who likes films,
That's
right?
the thing. It's like, I'm not in this conversation to have a pissing contest. If you want to tell me how much you love The Godfather, that's cool. I'll listen to you. But don't try to be like...
It's not like a one-upmanship, like,
Yeah.
oh, you haven't read... This is the movie, and you haven't seen it, so I'm better.
Yeah, and here's the thing. If you want to, like, make friends, be like, cool, let's watch it sometime.
Yeah.
Boom. All of a sudden, you now have plans with this person that you want to hang out with.
Yeah, and you had a fun conversation.
Yeah, and you'd be like, oh, look, if you think it's that important, let's get together, grab a few beers, and like he said he wants to be man-approachable or whatever. Be like, yeah, let's grab a few beers, fucking come over to my dorm room or wherever the fuck you are, and let's fucking watch Godfather.
Same
Let's
thing
do
works
it.
for girls.
Yeah, and
For
this
being
thing,
friends and for dating. Like,
if someone's
it's
like,
the exact same
I'm
process.
into this band, be like, cool, let's, it doesn't necessarily have to be a date or whatever. Be like, cool, I have a headphone splitter. Let's go fucking, the library or the caf or wherever the fuck, the quad.
Yeah.
And bring your fucking phone.
Or
and
even
let's
just
listen
be
to
like,
it.
hey, can you send me like your 2 favorite songs? Then she sends you 2 YouTube links, you go listen to some fucking songs, and you message back, and guess what? You have a conversation going again.
Exactly.
Like,
I used to do...
these are all, like, if you don't give a shit about other people, they're not going to give a shit about you.
Yeah, I used to do a thing where I would go song for song with people.
Yeah.
And that was like...
And also, added bonus, you get new songs and shit. It's awesome. You develop as a person, you get more interests, and hey, maybe you don't like them, maybe you do, but like, you're open and you're there, and it's good.
Well, we talked about it with the breakup last week, where
Wink.
your
'Cause it's
relationships are really just sort of like what you build yourself
It's like
upon.
a give and take.
You know what I mean? So like you take little things from every relationship, and it's not always big romantic relationships. It can literally be an interaction that you've had over the course of a night. But you might be able to be like, cool, I've literally found one of my favorite bands now, or I have this song that means a lot to me now, or whatever. Maybe it's a song that inspires you to write something. And that's all through human interaction. So take a second and just absorb.
Yeah.
You don't need to... A lot of people have these, like, especially in, like, seduction and shit, where everyone has, like, these prompts that they, like, say, and those are their moves. But you're also hoping that they follow the script.
Yeah.
And the second they don't, or the
And
second
also,
they're not
like,
interested in it...
Pretty sure people can sense when you're on rails, right?
Yes, if people know when you're using a line.
Yeah.
People
I'm reading
know
a script.
that. And it's painful. So, like we've always said, the best pickup line is hello.
Yeah.
That's all you need. If you want to talk to someone, just go up and talk to them as if they're a human fucking being that you're interested in.
And also
if
be interested in them.
If you don't see them as either of those things, if you don't see them as interesting or as human,
then you're fucked.
then get the fuck out of here, reevaluate your life, and then try it again.
Yeah.
Because anyone that you talk to are both of those things.
Yes. And also, like, just don't be afraid to, like, you don't have to be interesting. You just need to be kind of, like, genuine. Because that is interesting.
Yes.
Like, be honest about what you love.
Yeah.
And like, hopefully they'll be the same. And then care about what they love.
And not everyone's going to like you.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's just the rule.
Some people are assholes.
Sometimes
Some people
you're going to
like,
strike out. Sometimes people aren't in the best mood. You know what I mean? You might literally approach someone on the day their dog died.
Yeah.
And guess what? They're probably not going to be the nicest to you.
or they might have just been fucking seductioned by 4 guys on the same street. And then they think you're coming up to just like, hey, you want to be my ex all stalk on Twitter? No, Dan.
No, Dan, get out of here.
On top of that, it's like some people just are themselves insecure and weird. So like, I've had people be like, "Oh, you're into fantasy novels, okay," and like walk off, or be like, "Oh, you play D&D," or and like walk off. It's like, cool. If you suck that much, that's fine.
Yeah, I have no interest in being friends with you. I know, I love when people fucking like shade me for you're such a nerd. It's like, hey, when was the last time you got like your 5 best friends in the room and have dinner with them? Mm-hmm. Oh, never? Cool, I do that every week.
For like 5 years.
Suck my dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's yeah. But yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
We got violent, but good luck.
You are not boring.
You are not.
This comes from Grim Grinning Ghost 626. Question for men.
Spook stain.
Does seeing your partner naked get boring when you're in a long-term relationship?
No.
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 Nope.
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, like I've
Wait, you said yeah?
I've been seeing Amanda naked for like almost 5 years now, and I'm still very excited.
Yeah, it's
like,
great.
I almost have like a little, like a sixth sense to know when she's getting dressed in the morning.
Oh yeah.
When
you
I'm
wake
like,
up for that brief moment and then back to bed.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
And that's like,
and you just say something like titties, and then you go back. It's great.
I like to give Amanda a little wolf whistle. I usually do that. I like the.
Not okay.
Do what I want.
He puts a little hard hat on.
Well, the thing is, there's usually like one of the cats in the bed, so she thinks one of them's catcalling her.
What?
Oh, Niall joke, Niall joke, Niall joke.
That was pretty good, actually. It was your funniest joke, I think. So thank you.
I hope not.
Thank you for that honor. You won the Niall Joke Award. You finally been funny.
I did it. Like the last moment too.
Yeah.
I almost missed it.
I know. I thought I was going to win this year.
Oh man, I did it.
I've never won.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, no, I don't know what else to say. Like, there are definitely times where there's like utilitarian nakedness, like, oh, we're getting changed and we're in a hurry, or like, oh, we get in the shower because, you know, we're just showering, and it's like, it doesn't mean it's always like a fuck fest, because when it's early, it's almost the opposite, where it's nothing but arousing all the time, and like, I'd be asleep and wake up and be like, well, now I'm not. Now we have to sex. We don't have to. You know what I mean? It's
wow.
hyperbolic.
It's New Year's?
It's New Year's. And guess what?
Yeah. It's yeah. I mean, like, even when I'm not like, there are times where I'm not like, I gotta fuck, but it's just like,
it's still fucking awesome.
You can just look like, you can just enjoy, just be like, nice.
Like, think of like,
I think that's honestly, at this point in my relationship, I think that is more my reaction. It's just like, just be like,
yeah, god damn,
hell yeah.
Think of it this way: you look to your left, you see your Ralph Wiggum teddy. Has it gotten old? Its form still pleases you.
Well,
right?
I don't want to sexualize Ralph Wiggum here.
I'm not sexualizing it. I'm just saying its form hasn't gotten boring. Those rounded, soft shapes. Oh god. That's gonna stay with me.
No, I mean, like, I don't think.
But like, you look at porn, tits don't get boring. Like, no, it doesn't get old.
No,
it's a silly question.
Yeah, and that's not to say. Here's the thing. That's not to say that you can't fall out of attraction with your partner.
No, of course not.
That is a very valid thing, and that might be grounds to, you know, or at least the beginning of the end of a relationship. You can definitely no longer find your partner attractive. Yeah. If that happens. It happens. It sucks, but it might happen.
Well, of course, because the only other option would be like, no, you never stop finding someone that's right. That seemed like an insane thing to say. But of course, you can fall out of attraction with somebody.
You can also find that, like, as you
also grow an attraction.
That's the thing. It's like as you get to know someone, even if like, as you get older, your bodies are probably not going to look as good as they did, and I'm talking more like, you know, in your 50s and stuff, you know, when our bodies naturally start declining. But I'm sure that, like, if you've been together for a long enough time, I'm sure there's so much history that is sort of, you know, fogging your lenses. Mm-hmm. The rose tint is the history of your relationship. And that, I think, is probably, like, I was reading the comments and most of them were like, guy was like, I've been married to my wife for 15 years. We've been together for 25. We're in our 60s. And he's like, I still, like, am turned on by seeing my wife get out of the shower every morning. And it's like, there you go. Like, it's...
And, like, the thing is, like, a body is just a thing you look at. If you look at your partner, you don't just see that. Mm-hmm. You see and you feel and you hear everything that they are and that you know.
Best times,
and you also know, like, when you have sex, you know each other's bodies so well, and that's already intertwined. Like, it's a whole thing. You look and you get everything.
Yeah.
So it's like, that's going to be a lot. So maybe, if you've been together for a long time and you got the old sag there or here, you still got a lot of weight on someone with just a body, and that's it.
Yeah.
You know? So, I don't know.
I did want to... the only reason I brought up the falling out of attractions, because, like, you know, we had that question about the breakup last week. A wink. And
we keep winking because it was also today. We're not making a sly dig about this question. We recorded 2 in one day.
Yeah, because we weren't going to record on Christmas.
Or were we?
That's how dedicated we are.
Shit, we fucking peeked behind the curtain.
But it's a, you know, I don't want people to feel pressured to think that, like, if they're in a long-term relationship that it has to succeed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not succeeding because of their body, presumably.
Yeah.
90 times out of 100. You know what I mean? Like, there's these things. Obviously, we're not saying you never fall out of attraction.
Yeah, you're a monster if you're no longer attracted to people.
But at the same time, it's not like, whoa, it's been 3 years. I'm bored with your body.
Yeah, you don't wake up one day and just like, huh.
Yeah. I feel like some people feel that when they've they worry about that when they haven't been in a long-term relationship, especially when you're like younger and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think we were both answering in that spirit.
Yeah. I know I'm doubling up here, but I forgot we had a user submitted question that we didn't get to last week.
Wink. I got another one though. Hey guys, it's New Year's Eve and my girlfriend doesn't even want to have sex.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Okay, this is from a lovely user named Agent Nutcracker. I chose that because it was supposed to be on the Christmas episode. My boyfriend and I have been dating for 3 years. The last year has been super rough for both of us. We fight a lot, and we almost never have sex anymore, and it's very obvious that we have run our course. However, my boyfriend is very passive. I know that if I don't end it, he never will. I know that I need to break up with him, but won't get a good opportunity until March. The holidays are really rough for him. His mom died when he was a young teenager, and that really affects him this time of year. The anniversary of her death and her birthday are both in January. Then is Valentine's Day. Then it's his birthday at the end of February. Do I stick it out, wait for a time where it'll hurt less, or do I just rip the Band-Aid off?
You dump him in October.
Yeah, I mean...
No, that's rough, because the thing is, you're not really doing anyone much favor by staying in a relationship you don't want to be in.
Yeah. That's the thing. If you're counting the days until March to break up with them, guess what? You've checked out.
And that's going to suck for both of you so hard. That's 4 months of fucking pain. It's
going to suck so hard.
But at the same time, totally fair.
Yeah.
Like...
It's easy to sit back and be like, just like do it. It's better for both of you. But like,
no one wants to be that person that dumped someone on their mom's anniversary.
Yeah, like the week before Christmas and 2 weeks before their mom died, before their birthday. Yeah. Like it's,
I feel like the weak link in this chain is the fact that this person thinks it's okay to break up with someone before St. Patrick's Day. You gotta wait till April.
But then there's Easter.
You gotta wait till May Day.
Shit.
June, summer.
No,
can't dump someone in summer. You don't want to be sad with a sunburn.
No. Then it's Canada Day.
Uh-huh.
Fuck.
Then it's the American one.
It's August. Like, you gotta wait till August.
There's nothing in August, huh?
Nope, there's Family Day.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure Family Day is in August.
September? September's a good dumping month.
September, I think, is the day.
But it's winter, so you want to have some
winter.
In Ireland, it is. I know what I really think is like Valentine's Day probably isn't as big of a deal as anything else. So I guess, and this is a really shitty sentence I'm about to say, it depends how late the mom died in January. Because you don't want to do it like the day after. But if it's early January, I think the end of January is okay.
Well, that's his mom's birthday was like end of January.
I thought it was start of January.
No.
I thought it was within 2 weeks of Christmas.
No, his mom died in the beginning of January, and his mom's birthday is in the end of January.
Ugh.
Or vice versa.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Could you maybe just like sit... You know what? How about maybe talking about your relationship?
Yeah.
And being like, hey, things haven't been working. Because I do think saying he's passive and won't break up with you, I think that's like, you don't know that this person wants to break up with you. Honestly.
Yeah, and that's also a sign that like chances are he's not bringing up any issues that might be. If he's not going to break up with you, he probably also isn't going to be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling about this.
Yeah.
This regards to our relationship.
So like the thing is, if you talk about it, there are two options. And one is that you both agree that you shouldn't be in a relationship, which isn't the same as dumping someone, because one is pretty blindsidey and the other one is kind of an agreement.
Yeah.
And like if he honestly wants to, as you think, which I worry you may be wrong, then if he wants to, then maybe it could actually be a good thing where you both talk and you don't have to slug it out maybe for 4 months because you say you're fighting, and it's not going to get better now that you're checked out and you're staying for reasons that are...
One day, if the fight gets too bad, like, all it takes is for you to say, like, the only reason I didn't leave you already is because your mom died. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, like,
then you've done more damage.
Yeah, that's, you know what I mean? You should be using a chisel in this situation, and you just used a sledgehammer.
And if that person ever, like, no one wants to hear, oh, I've been with you for 4 months, or any amount of time.
Yeah, because I felt bad for you.
Yeah, that's a fucking knife to the heart. So you can never say that to him also.
Yeah.
During this period or afterwards, you just don't be like, I stay with you, just, that's not going to help anybody.
No.
So please don't do that. But, like, maybe just have a talk, and, like, best case, you give it, like, because I get it. You really can't. No one wants to be that person that dumps someone on Christmas, dumps someone on their mom's anniversary.
I think you have a very brief window between after Christmas and New Year's, before it hits January. You have a very brief window, I think, to have this conversation, this very earnest conversation, where you sit down and you say, sort of like, hey, we are not in a good place.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
list it out.
Talk about it.
Be like, we
fight all the time.
We're fighting all the time. We aren't having sex, if that's an important thing for you, which I assume it is because you mentioned it.
Yeah.
And just sort of like, just be like, I don't I don't know how we're going to fix this. And if you don't want to, like, there's nothing saying that you have to repair this. If you want out, you're allowed to want out.
And like, if you have this talk, it's as possible that they say, you know what, you're right. I think we should end this. And maybe that'll be good for them. You know what I mean? Maybe it'll be nice to be free. You know what I mean? Like,
I will also add, I didn't add it, but she sent it in the next, like, another email that I didn't, or like a message that I didn't copy. She does mention that, like, she still obviously very much cares for him and loves him. I just want to throw that out there. It's not all hostile and everything.
No, I figured. And it sucks when a relationship is kind of like on its last legs like that. And it's like breaking up with someone's always hard, especially when you do obviously care for them and have this weight of history behind you. But other option is maybe you guys actually have a good talk and you actually try to take steps towards fixing this relationship. And that's good in two ways, because one, maybe it works. Yeah. And maybe you guys actually communicate and get through it. Two, maybe it starts to work and you figure it out, and then you almost, and this probably sounds really callous, it's like you have a trial period until the times when it's safe. A little bit of a buffer zone, that's the thing, because it's not just you mutely suffering until then, it's you having a talk, which might end in it just dissolving, or it might be like, okay, let's try it. And like, even if it's worst case and you still need to break up in thing, then I think 3 months of at least actually trying.
Yeah, and effort being put in instead of phoning it in.
And also, when it gets there, you can be like, look, it didn't work. And that's, I think, a lot more nice to hear, a lot nicer to hear than just out of nowhere.
Someone's been waiting, looking at their watch.
You know, that's also 3 months if we tried, right?
If it does sort of crumple, like, you know his issues with his mom probably better than most people, maybe a exception of like maybe a best friend or family. There's no harm if you guys still care about each other. There's no harm to sort of like call it quits, go your separate ways, but still be like, hey, I'm here for you. Like, you're not going to deal with this alone. Like, I will be here for you this month. It doesn't, that connection doesn't just end. Unless he wants it to.
Of
and
course.
I still don't think there's any harm if, you know what I mean? If he takes it poorly or reacts strongly because of all this, I still don't think there's any harm in sending him a message during January and just being like, hey, I know things aren't the best between us right now, but I really wanted to check in and make sure you're okay.
Yeah, I do think if things are weird, and if he then does appeal for help in January, I just think the only thing to be wary of is like boundaries, like kind of where you want to.
No staying over.
Well, if you don't want to, right?
Yeah.
But you don't want to, if he still wants the relationship and you don't, like, either give them false hope and hurt them more, or allow yourself to be like, I don't want to say emotionally blackmailed because it might not even be overt, but like feel bad for someone and do something you don't want to do.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, you need to probably have your own like boundaries firmly in place before you do engage, just to kind of save both of you.
But yeah, this is a tough situation,
and
I don't envy you at all. But good luck. Just remember that you do care for him.
Yeah.
Remember that over all else in this conversation.
And try, if things get heated or weird, like, try to take the higher road, because it's all too easy to fall into a screaming match, but like, this person's dealing with a lot of shit. As you know, obviously.
It's easy to, like, especially if it gets personal, it's easy to change your tactic to just want to hurt someone.
Even like inadvertently.
Exactly. Or heat in the moment. We all do stupid shit. So really, really go in with a level head and just promise yourself you'll breathe through any antagonistic comments, because you'll be doing yourself and them a favor. All right, I think that's gonna do it for the night.
One more?
You got one more?
Yeah, it's a New Year's one, so...
All right, let's do it.
This is by FG556.
It's New Year's, and my girlfriend doesn't even want to have sex. Cheers.
Pegging.
Oh.
Wife agreed to peg me first time New Year's Eve, but just asked me if I will suck the strap-on first. Not sure how to react to this. I was very hesitant to ask my wife to peg me because I was worried she might think I was gay. When I told, she said she was okay with it and that she understood that feels good for some men. I thought she was referring to the prostate. I told her I was worried she might think I was gay. Then last night she asked me if I'm getting excited about New Year's, and I said yes, and then she asks if I'm going to suck the strap-on for her before she pegs me. I was kind of like, I wasn't planning on it. And she kind of pouts and says she really wanted to see me suck it. Then says, you can admit it if you want to, you know. I mean, I'm going to be fucking you. I just thought you might want to suck it. What the fuck? Now I'm pretty sure she thinks I'm gay. Why else does she think I want to suck the strap on?
You know, I was going to say, like, it's the word you can admit it. Which, is she talking about admitting you want to suck the strap on, or admitting that you're gay?
Okay, I assume him worrying that she'll think he's gay is just him dealing with years of ingrained, like...
Homophobia?
Not necessarily his, but just society, right?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like, we've all felt it at some point, you know what I mean? Like, growing up, there's certain things you can't look, or you're gay. I'm pretty sure the fact that this person very readily agreed to this, she understands that he's not gay, that it's a pleasurable thing for man. I imagine that she probably is like, and again, maybe this is a wrong reading of this. She was probably like, oh shit, he's into this fantasy. Maybe she looked up some videos, and I'll bet you in every pegging porn video, he probably sucked it. And the thing is, pegging is it's like a submissive thing, right?
Yeah,
and
it's very much a femdom thing.
Yeah, exactly. As is, you know, stuff like, you know, sucking a strap on and blah, 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 blah. Alternatively, maybe it's her fetish to be that domination. So
that is what I'm thinking, is that, like, you know, for years she's been on the one on her knees and, like, looking up. And she might just be like, hey, you know, it'd be fucking cool if we just switch these roles around and, like, I get to fuck you in the face and fuck you in the ass. It's like...
And she might also think it plays into his fantasy of the submissive thing. Like, maybe... You know, I don't know exactly what it is about this that is getting him, but there's a lot of other things that are kind of like peripheral to it. Some of it is being submissive, some of it is like, and some of being submissive is like, for example, like sucking on the strap-on. So, like, I don't think it's as bad as maybe he thinks it is.
Yeah, no, like I said, it's the you can admit it part that kind of concerns me, because I don't know what she's referring to, and I don't know if it's being filtered through his fear that he, you know what I mean? Like, did she actually say it, or is that what he interpreted?
Thought she implied. Yeah.
And because it seems like that's a very big worry. So I think before New Year's rolls around, I think you should have another conversation. Just be like, hey, this is what we're dealing with, and I don't think you need to be like, oh, I'm not gay. Like, that conversation is going to get...
She probably knows.
Yeah, I assume that. Because, like, having butt stuff done to you does not make you gay.
No.
Like, what you do sexually does not make you gay.
No. Being gay makes you gay.
Yeah, yes. If you have sexual and romantic attractions towards men, then you are gay.
Or people of the same gender.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's a stupid thing that should be jettisoned into the sun. Like, this thought that, like, well, I did this, so I'm gay. Like, no.
Yeah.
No. Sure, you fondled a Ralph Wiggum teddy. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, and also it could be that she senses his hesitance about the situation, because if you're a partner with someone, you can tell when they're asking something that's a little like hard for them to ask.
Yeah.
So maybe, in all honesty, she's like thinks that that's something he wants to do, and it's like, it's okay. Like, if you can admit, like, it's very possible that she's trying to just have his back. Yeah. And it worries me that, like, this person's in this, like, tumble when they're ostensibly, like, being a good partner and trying to, like, you know.
So I think it's what you should do when you try any new, I don't want to call this a kink, but any sort of new...
I think it is, though.
Yeah, right? I guess. Any sort of new sort of sexual adventure, sit down and figure out what you guys want to do, what isn't cool, what is cool, what you like... You know, have a yes, a no, and a maybe column. And when you reach a maybe, check in. Be like, can I do this? Or would you like this? Or, you know, if you're the one receiving, be like, could you try this?
And, like, don't be afraid to let them know your insecurities. Like, you can even afterwards be like, hey, it's really cool that you want to do that. Like, and you can, like, laugh and be like, I don't know, I was just, like, worried you'd, like, think weirdly about me asking or whatever. And then that could be their window to be like, I was actually kind of, like, wondering where it came from. And you could be like, I don't know, I just hear it feels good. Or, like, I don't know, I just want to be submissive for once. Or anything. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, open, like, don't be afraid to admit your fears about the thing. And also, if someone asks you if you want something, just be like, oh, no, I'm not into that. It doesn't have to be like this, oh, no, what do they think? Because also, it could be like, her fetish. It
no, sorry, I'm not into that.
Yeah.
And then there you go. Now you're getting pegged the way you want to be pegged.
So there you go. That one guy can't even get his girlfriend to have sex with him.
Yeah,
and this other guy's girlfriend is literally fucking up the ass. Like, what's happening with the world? This poor guy still can't have sex.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you very much for listening. We're excited for 2020. I feel we've had this conversation, and I think 2020 is going to be a big year for us. Mm-hmm. And
That's
excited.
all because of you guys. Oh, also, fucking shout out to Cyprus.
Oh yeah, we're the #1 sexuality podcast in Cyprus.
Hell yeah, guys! If you're a Cyprus listener, give it send us a message because you're the best.
Please let us know.
We're also literally 120th of all podcasts in Cyprus.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah, fuck you, Joe Rogan. We're coming for you.
We're coming, bud. That's pretty wild. We've also shot up 1,000 spaces in America. So top 200, baby.
We're doing all right. So thank you very much. It's been a great year. We've done a lot of milestones that we didn't really think we were aiming for, but we got there. And it's like Niall said, it's all because of you guys. And we get in this closet and sweat for you every week. Sometimes twice in a week.
Or twice in a day.
Twice in one night.
Maybe we have lost 90% of the water in our bodies and are starting to hallucinate.
And we do it because we love doing it and because we love you guys. So thank you very much for all the support you've given us this year. And we look forward to doing big things with you and for you next year.
Yeah. Honestly, every message we've been sent by people have just been overwhelmingly positive and very nice and you guys are really cool. I don't know how it's happened that we've managed to just find all the cool people on the internet, but it's awesome, and we appreciate it a lot. So
I don't want to say all the cool people.
Not all of them, but so far.
A few messages from a few folks.
Yeah, but I don't even count them as, because they're not messages to us. They're messages to our fictional, I guess, prostitution ring or whatever they think we have. I don't know. Anyway, I appreciate it, guys, so thank you.
If you want to reach out to us for any reason, you can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/FCKBuddiesPodcast. You can find us on Twitter at FCK_buddies. You can shoot us an email at fbuddiespodcast@gmail.com, or you can find us on the internet at fbuddiespodcast.com.
Thank you, Josh Eagle and the Harvest Cities, for their song, Paper Stars.
All right, move some of that sex rating.
This seems like a Dane one. You ready? Mm-hmm. This is The River Capture.
Ooh.
By Mary Costello.
Mm-hmm.
He clung to her, crying, and then made love to her and went far inside her. And she begged him to go deeper, and, no longer afraid of injuring her, he went deep in mind and body, among crowded organ cavities, past the contours of her lungs and liver, and, shimmying past her heart, he felt her perfection.
Holy shit! Man's got the longest, most nimble dick ever.
That's not how you do it.
What, you saying you don't stick your dick in and then just let it
shimmy past a heart
through her fucking organs?
And shimmy past a heart?
Yeah.
Shimmy. That's such a bizarre term to use. Yeah, that's it. You ready for a Dan?
Yeah. I mean, I'm never ready for a Dan, but I guess we gotta do it.
Dan says, how'd you get your ex back after begging and pleading?
Oh, Dan. This is going to be our last Pornhub comment for the year. And this comes from Pornhub user Dicky86.
Oh, shit.
Wish my yoga class was like this. But instead there's just fat Janice who struggles to breathe, let alone bend.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I'm getting this negativity out. 2020 is all about positivity, baby.
Well, can I burn that? I mean, his Instagram, not him in, or his Twitter, not him in real life.
Wink. My name is Dave Miller.
And I'm Niall Spain. And is that the new year approaching?
It is.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Happy New Year!
Happy New Year. We're your fuck buddies.
And we love you. Bye.
Bye.
See you next year.